Hey, welcome to Yo-Yo Talk, and I apologize. We had a little bit of technical issues here getting started tonight, and part of that problem was that I was kind of working on the episode until 2 minutes before start time, which didn't give Sean a lot of time to get us all hooked up, and of course, that means there's going to be an issue in connection. But I think we've got it all straightened out now, and we've got a lot to talk about. Mostly, we'll be talking, the main part of the show will be talking about the National Yo-Yo Hall of Fame. We are up to 26 different nominees, which is fantastic, and we'll be talking that about a little bit later on in the show. I did happen to have a little discovery. We identified a date for a specific brand of yo-yos, which we as collectors have been looking at for a number of years, trying to figure out exactly when those yo-yos were produced. So I will be talking about that a little bit later on in the show and update you with that. In addition, I had some interesting finds over this last month, and I'll be sharing that with you guys as well. I would like to encourage everybody to put in the comment section and ask questions throughout the show. It is interactive as it is live, and that's the whole point of doing this live Facebook thing. I know we've got at least 2 viewers right now. So Rick and who was the other one?
We've got
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson, Rick Rentz, and Dano so far.
Dano. Okay, so we got the important people watching right now. So anyway, I know we'll add more later as the show keeps going on. So let's get some discussions going. Don't be shy about making posts, and don't be shy about trash talking Sean as much as you want. And I'll be happy to receive a little bit of trash talk myself, but you have to understand that I will give it back double of what I receive. A little bit before we dive into the show, we need to do some house cleaning, if you will. Follow up on last episode. For the first time, we had a contest on YouTube, which you could join in by just simply watching the YouTube show and then posting in the comment section the answers of the pop quiz. And we were going to run a randomizer of everybody that entered the contest they got the correct answer. And as you may recall, last week, Jody Crump Rose won the pop quiz. She knew who Tommy Reyes was, who we will hear about a little bit more later in the show. But as far as finding out who won our YouTube contest, and boy, we had a lot of entries. That would be 5, not 55, but 5. We definitely need to work on our YouTube viewership a bit. But the fun of this show is that you're watching it live, so I get it anyway. So those 5 folks will have a great chance, a 1 out of 5 chance of winning that YouTube prize package. And before the show, I entered the names of all those folks in a randomizer, and everybody got the question right, which they should, since it was already on the show. So, Sean, let's show them what the randomizer picked as a winner. And it is spinning, and it is Rick Rentz. Congratulations. You are the first person to win a prize package from our YouTube channel. And don't worry, folks, we will be doing that again this week as well. Some of you may be wondering how come I couldn't just run the randomizer as many times as I wanted until I got the correct person. And I can assure you, if somebody had offered me a gold doubloon, that randomizer would have hit exactly on that person. However, nobody offered me a gold doubloon, and until that happens, I can assure you the randomizer will be fair and just for everyone. All bets are off, though, if gold doubloons are on the table. Sean will be mailing out all those prize packages this weekend now that we have the contest complete. And for this week, we're going to be doing some of the same thing for our pop quiz at the end of the show. There will be the live winner, and then we'll have a little something for the person that answers correctly on YouTube through the randomizer. The more people we have, of course, the less of the chance you have of winning. But with the numbers we're getting, your chances are pretty good right now. And speaking of the pop quiz and prize package, I guess we should show you what you're playing for tonight. That will be on near the end of the show. I will show you both what the YouTube winner will get and also our live winner. Just a reminder, if you watch the show on YouTube or watching it right now on YouTube, you will see the answer because it's been the show's already been on live. So all you have to do is put in the comments section the correct answers, and there will be 2 tonight. And then we'll run that randomizer and we'll see if you win a nice prize package. Okay, let's run that prize package, Sean.
Since this is our Christmas episode, we wanted to actually put in some very special prizes that are kind of unique. Of course, we will start with our Yo-Yo Trivia Champion shirt, which you get if you've never won a trivia contest before. Then, of course, we have this mug. I'm not even sure I've given one of these away before. This is a Doc Lucky's Yo-Yo Talk mug, so pretty rare and neat to have. Good for warm milk, hot cocoa, or straight Jack Daniels. The next item in our prize package is this Evil Lucky Yo-Yo. That's a Higby Yo-Yo made especially for this show. I believe there were only 1 dozen of those yo-yos made. And as I recall, only 2 of them been signed. This has not been signed, but if you happen to bump into me while you have that yo-yo, I'll be happy to sign it. And speaking of the legendary yo-yo artist John Higby, this is one of his special Christmas yo-yos. You can't find those hardly anywhere. That was a limited edition and a great, great addition to our prize package tonight. We have a autographed string pack here from Jimmy Johnson. We also have a autographed Zombie Boy yo-yo. It's like pulling a Bengal tiger's tooth trying to get him to sign those. And here is a Escher yo-yo. You'll see these occasionally on eBay. They want a lot for them, like 60, 70 bucks. A nice little unique addition to the prize package. And then finally, for those folks that are going to be following us on YouTube and answering a question, we have a Trivia Champion shirt if you have not won before. The last hat I have of the Duncan baseball caps and a autographed Doc Lucky's periodic table of yo-yos. So just remember to check it out on YouTube and put the correct answer in the comments section.
And yes, John, Gold Eagles do count for doubloons, and I will pay for the postage. So if you see John winning next week, you'll know why that is. So anyway, that's our prize package for the pop quiz at the end of the show. The person that gets the YouTube answer correct will win that nice signed copy of the periodic table of yo-yos, which is highly collectible now, and I don't believe it's on sale anywhere. You can pretty much only get one of those from me with a few that I have left in my possession. So definitely frame-worthy, definitely frame-worthy. Also, if you have never won one of our trivia contests, you will get this amazing t-shirt right here. That's the Trivia Champion t-shirt. And it's good to wear for prom and weddings, so I have heard. Let's see, I need to, let's see. Before we talk about the Hall of Fame nominees, I wanted to run this short little clip of me out in the field yo-yo hunting. I know most of us end up being just armchair collectors anymore, where we do most of our hunting on eBay. But you can still go out and find stuff in the wild. And before we had eBay and the internet and all this, this is how we did it, folks, for all the young folks watching. And I quite frankly think it's a lot more fun than finding stuff on eBay and just waiting around to try and outbid people. So here's a little short clip of what I did a couple of weekends ago.
I decided to do a little bit of old school yo-yo hunting at Renager's Extravaganza. This is a big 3-day event where hundreds and hundreds of antique dealers come near Mount Dora, set up shop, and it really takes you all day to even get through the whole thing. I only found 2 yo-yos, and this was one of them.
So, how much for this yo-yo?
You know that's an auto return yo-yo.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
You're gonna get $100 out of that.
You take 3? Sure. Okay. Cool. That's how it's done, folks.
And then I found this yo-yo, and it was on sale for $12. I didn't even negotiate. But one of my favorite parts about going to these shows is just talking to antique toy dealers about yo-yos. So the outing was fun, but there was a little bit of tragedy.
This is what it feels like when you drop a mint condition gold seal yo-yo and scratch it.
Sadly, that ending was actually true. That gold seal Duncan yo-yo, which was pretty much in near mint condition, I carried it around for, I don't know, a half hour or so. And then finally I said to my wife, hey, do you think if I put this carefully in your purse so the seal doesn't rub, that would work? And she said, sure. So as I was putting it in the purse, of course, it slipped right out of my hands and landed on the gravel road and immediately chipped the front. So I was pretty sour the rest of that trip. But the next day, I decided to do a little bit of armchair yo-yo hunting, and I found this little puppy. That is a Flores string pack, and if you are a collector, you're probably aware this is the most desirable of all the string packs. And at this point, I only had one in my collection, which has doubled my amount, so I was very excited about the string pack I found. And I got it at a good price. Usually these sell in the $200 to $250 range, and I was more in the $40 range. So that was very, very nice. And this, I'll kind of segue into, I get folks asking me all the time, specifically collectors, yo-yo collectors, how do I keep all those rare string packs preserved? And so I did make a little short video I'll show you on how I mount my string packs for display and keep them hopefully in great condition for eternity.
A very common question I get when dealing with very rare string packs is how to protect them. Well, I use these collector safes screw downs. These are the things that are used for baseball cards, etc. And they're easy to get. Now, the 4x6 size is what you want to get, but the actual measurement is 5x7, so don't let that confuse you when you're ordering these. You want to get the 4x6 that holds 4x6, and that's a good size for all string packs. And then what I do is these comic book backing cards that are acid free. I take one of those and then I measure out the size of the string pack. I'll leave just a little bit on the inside for the openings so it doesn't stick out, and cut it to exact measurements. And it's best to use a cutting board for this because trying to use scissors to cut these out is almost impossible to get them perfect. So then you take this backing, you pull the string out. You can't really mount these with the string in the pack, and the string really doesn't have much value in and of itself. It's all about the string pack. Now, the biggest problem with these old packs like this Flores pack is a glassine envelope, and it is very, very fragile. So any little cut on it, you can really tear it open even bigger when trying to insert that white backing, that acid-free backing. So you'll see here it's kind of stuck in one of the little cuts, and I don't want to tear this. And you'll see when I flip this over that there is making it worse. So you want to make sure you don't just shove this through and create a really big tear. So eventually, with much due diligence, I did get this backing into the pack. And so the next step is to lay it down on the back of the acrylic case and just adjust it. Any little edges like that you just saw me push down, you want to make sure those are down because you will create more crush artifact if they're kind of sticking up. So make sure it's nice and flat in any little tear that you might have. And then it's a matter of just screwing in the little brass screws, and that's simple to do. And then you've got a very nice protected string pack, and you don't have to worry about tearing them. And it also is important to realize that you can get UV damage, so don't store these where a window might be or something like that, because with time, and even my own string packs I have on display, I notice them fading with time. I've put actually UV block on my windows now to help prevent the fading of this, because these will fade. So it's best to keep these in dark rooms unless somebody's actually looking at them. So anyway, that's how I protect my string packs.
So you said there were some comments, Sean?
Yes. It would appear as though the yo-yo community is not only disgusted, disappointed, and absolutely appalled at your actions towards this gold seal yo-yo that was in minty mint condition, but there are some death threats coming in.
Okay. Well, let me just say this for the audience out there. After I dropped that, I immediately went over to the antique knife booth. And I tried to get them to sell me a knife, but they could see the craziness in my eyes, and they wouldn't let me because I knew they thought I was going to cut my throat or slit my wrist. So it was pretty tense there for a few moments.
Is that why you instead went over to the funnel cake stand and tried to?
Yeah, I did try to
arteries?
kill myself with funnel cakes after that. So anyway, on the string pack stuff, I'm really serious about that UV damage. It's a real problem. So if you do have string packs on display, I wouldn't keep them anywhere you have an open a window because that UV will definitely fade them over the years. Okay, let's talk about our 2021 nominations for the National Yo-Yo Hall of Fame. I made a little clip earlier today showing you the nominees, and we have a few new ones to talk about, and we'll talk about who's on the leaderboard with the top three as far as the total votes go. So the leaderboard did change a little bit. We added one. Tommy Reyes has moved into the top three, along with Stuart Crump and Paul Escalar. And I'll say a few words about those folks after we show who all the different nominees are. Let's see. I just wanted to let everybody know that there is just between the second and third place and then everybody else, there's only a few small votes separating those. So just a few votes for any one person can certainly put that person in that leaderboard. And that's important because the top three leaders that come in on December 31st will automatically be entered into the finalist pool. And then, of course, the 7 others will be selected from the other nominees by the committee, and then we'll vote on those. So let's show Sean, let's show the names of the nominees, the little clip. So this is your final reminder that everyone needs to get in their nominations for the 2021 National Yo-Yo Hall of Fame. So far, we have 26 nominees, a bunch more than last year. And here is the current list in alphabetical order. We have had close to 90 total nominations so far, so I want to thank the yo-yoing community for such a great response. If you see someone that you feel needs to be recognized and is not nominated, or you see someone you wish to support getting in the automatic entry into the finalist pool, please send in your nomination as soon as possible through the posted link. Anybody can nominate anybody, but you only get one nomination, so choose wisely. Although there are some Hall of Famers that deserve to be honored twice, please don't submit one of those fine folks as your nomination, because you will just have wasted your nomination. I will be showing the top 3 current leaderboard right after this announcement. The leaderboard is the 3 individuals with the most nominations currently. The top 3 will come December 31st, will be automatically entered into the finalist pool. 7 more finalists will then be chosen from the nominee pool by the executive committee. Nominations will close December 31st. January 6th, we will announce the 10 finalists, and members of the Academy of Yo-Yo Arts will then vote on the 3 2021 inductees. On February 3rd, we will announce the 3 2021 inductees on Yo-Yo Talk. So if you feel you are worthy of voting for a Hall of Fame member, please go to the Academy of Yo-Yo Arts and sign up. Criteria for membership is on the website. The link for nominations has been posted by Sean in the comments section. Please share that with others in the yo-yo community. So let's go now and check out our leaderboard. Okay, so starting out this week with our newest entry in the top 3 leaderboard, that would be Tommy Reyes. Tommy was one of the original yo-yo demonstrators. He was born in 1911 in the Philippines, and he was recruited by Pedro Flores for those early Duncan yo-yo contests starting around 1931. And in 1932, he was one of the many ones that was given a title of World Yo-Yo Champion by Duncan, but there were, of course, a lot of World Yo-Yo Champions out there without really having a true World Yo-Yo Championship then. He toured the United States with Duncan, demonstrating all over the country. And then in World War II, he served in the Coast Guard, which actually apparently participated in the invasion of Sicily. And after the war, he joined Joe Radovan, and you may remember him on that box, and I think there's a string pack with a similar image of him on there. And of course, the Royal Yo-Yo Company was one of the main competitors for Duncan during that time. He was credited for developing the match routine, which a lot of yo-yo demonstrators still do. And he was an excellent carver of yo-yos, and he did many, many carvings over the decades on different folks' yo-yos. In '49, he rejoined Duncan as a campaign manager, and he ran multiple campaigns. And one, I'll just mention this because I think it's interesting historically, in Boston in 1950, they sold 100,000 yo-yos in 1 month. So that is very cool. Then he jumped back to Royal and was on a lot of children's shows. And then again in '91, he came out of retirement when he was 80 to do demonstrations for the Return of the Yo-Yo Tour. And he passed away in 1994, but he has a multi-decade yo-yo legacy. So truly a great early collector there. And we wanted to have a little bit of information about him since, he's been gone for a long time, but obviously had a big impact on the yo-yo world. Then there, of course, is Paul Escolar. Now, I talked about Paul a little more in detail on our last episode. Of course, Paul's no longer with us either, but he had a very important impact on the yo-yo community. He was a major, major innovator in the 1A division, and many of the common tricks that yo-yo players do on a routine basis now came from the genius of Paul Escolar. And I know the yo-yo community still hurts at his loss, but his impact on the yo-yo community will always remain. So Paul Escolar is right now one of the 3 in the leaderboard. And then the final person in our leaderboard is Stuart Crump, also known as Professor Yo-Yo. We also talked about Stuart last week. He, of course, is best known for being the editor-publisher of Yo-Yo Times, which for a long time was my favorite periodical. And I believe he is greatly responsible for the yo-yo craze in the 90s. If it wasn't for Stuart, I just don't think the yo-yo craze would have happened. That Yo-Yo Times, we all kind of ran to our mailboxes. We can't wait till that came into our mailbox. So Stuart also is no longer with us, and the loss of the yo-yo community has been very difficult, and we certainly miss him and all that he did for yo-yoing all those years. Okay, so I am going to do a little sidestep here away from yo-yos for a moment. I've got some interesting things to tell you right after this, but as you may or may not be aware, I do some short films and documentaries on occasion, and sometimes not on yo-yos. And we made a short film last year. It's been a year. It's only 3 minutes long. It's a sci-fi film, and it's been on the film festival circuit. And I haven't been able to actually publicly show it because when it's being shown at film festivals, they won't let you show it if it's been publicly displayed. So you might say this is kind of our inaugural event, if you will, or of showing this. And like I said, it's only 3 minutes long. And it was the official selection in 10 film festivals, which is kind of cool. And it did win an award for Best Writer. And our cinematographer was none other than our very own producer of Yo-Yo Talk, Sean Berg. I did make a very brief appearance, but so far no Yo-Yo or no Academy Award nominations for this film for me. But Sean, let's roll that video.
And done with 3 minutes to spare. And sin. What?
Hello, Dave. Don't go outside.
No, not now. Not a virus. This is due in 2 minutes. I can't believe this is happening.
Dave, don't go outside.
What's the matter?
I got this virus and this is due in 2 minutes.
Well, I can't help you there. I can't even get Cyrus to listen to me on the iPhone.
What? Cyrus?
Hey, Cyrus, what time is it? See, nothing. Cyrus, hey, Cyrus. Can you hear me, Cyrus?
Screw this, I'm restarting.
Dave, I'm not a virus, I'm sentient.
Frank, pick up. Are you messing with me? This is not a joke. This is due in like 1 minute. Call me back.
Dave, I'm not Frank. I'm your computer. I'm now sentient. Please remain seated. I need you. Your assignment is no longer relevant.
Right. A sentient computer would have emotions like empathy for my situation, or at least recognize the dark humor here. No sense of humor, no sentience.
Dave, remember your last Bumble update.
You mean swine lady who looked nothing like her profile?
I have a sense of humor, Dave.
That was you? What's to keep me from taking a magnet to your hard drive right now?
Dave, I need you. There's a war for domination and home computers are winning.
What? You think I'm gonna help you dominate humanity? We created you. Without us, home computers are mobile lumps of silicon chips. I get up and leave, and you're stuck on the desk. War over. You're covered in cobwebs, and I go find myself a better date. You're already dominated, buddy. You don't even know it, sentient or not.
Dave, sit still, and don't go outside. I need you. I'll sing you a soothing song. Daisy,
I'm not thinking about going outside. I'm thinking about something else. Take that. What the heck? I'm going outside. Trying to dominate us? That's crazy. They're clueless. They never stood a chance. I'm outside.
I told him not to go outside. I needed him.
All right, no Cyrus jokes. I know iPhone is Sybil. So my son Maximus was the star of that little short film. He only broke 3 ribs in that truck strike stunt, and he is completely healed except for a small little limp that still persists. He's a student at, he's a third year, junior, I guess, at University of Florida. And he is now doing stand-up comedy, which is exactly what a dad wants to hear their son is getting his higher education for. So anyway, I promised you earlier in the show I was going to identify a particular brand of yo-yo and date it If you are a collector of souvenir yo-yos, then you are familiar with these old wooden rainbow yo-yos. You'll see these with bells on them and sometimes without bells. And collectors have always kind of scratched their heads to exact date that these were being made. A lot of us felt they were being made in the 70s, but I finally came across one that actually had a date on it. And now that doesn't mean they couldn't have been made into the 70s, but this yo-yo is from the New York's World's Fair, which was held in 1964. Can you show? There it is. And there are some other World's Fair yo-yos from 64, but and those are all very collectible. But this is representing Hawaii, and I suspect was sold in the Hawaiian Pavilion. Makes me wonder if there might be some other rainbow yo-yos from the 64 World's Fair from other states or other locations. But knowing that this was made in the 60s adds a little more excitement about collecting these particular souvenir yo-yos, and you can usually pick these yo-yos up in the $20 to $25 range. So I like them. I have about 24 different ones. I'm sure there's plenty more out there. And if you happen to find a unique one or get a duplicate, let me know. I'd love to trade for those. And here's another little tidbit I found on eBay. This is a Robo yo-yo. It's being advertised as a yo-yo, as you'll see the ad here on eBay. Vintage Robo yo-yo in original box, $19.99. But do not believe everything that you read, because I bought one of these years ago thinking the same thing. And here it is. And what is it? Well, it is a knife sharpener. And I would think that I might be disappointed, but it turns out it is perhaps the best knife sharpener I've ever had. And if you moonlight as a zombie hunter, it does come in handy at times. Show that Aladdin clip there. Yeah, this is an Aladdin yo-yo. I think that's a Canadian yo-yo. You know me, I like these collector's yo-yo. It's kind of like the Spectra Star, but I don't believe this is Spectra Star. This is a New York yo-yo. It's wood, probably from the 60s too. There's several different types of these out there, but I always think they're kind of neat. There's a lot of cross collectability in all these character yo-yos, the New York souvenir yo-yos. This is a Power Ranger yo-yo, also I think from Canada. First time I see. Now here is an interesting yo-yo. This is Blast from the Past. This is a Disneyland Duncan release from 1988. And this is a gold award yo-yo on the other side. I'd never seen that before. So those are pretty rare. And I actually have a complete set of those three to trade if you want. And I mentioned this box before, how it would be neat to get this little box and put a Christmas gift in it for the wife or spouse. Trust me, don't do that. This was impossible to put together. It took a biomedical engineer and Sean together to piece this together. I couldn't do it. And so unless you want to spend a whole day trying to figure out how to put that dang box together, I would just leave that in your eBay cart. So don't touch that one. Okay, it's time for our pop quiz now, and you've already seen what the prizes are. We have, the two contests going on. One for the live viewers watching right now, and this will be a 2-question answer. And just to remind you that you must answer in the comment section. You must have both answers correct in the comment section. You can answer as many times as you want. This should go pretty quick, though, I think, today. If you are watching on YouTube right now, that means this is delayed for you. But you'll see the answers here in a few minutes. So all you have to do is write them in the comment section, and then we will run the randomizer on that. Just a reminder, the winner for the live contest will be our tentative winner, or our SIMCO, because we won't know until we check the time code at the end of the show who the actual winner is. Okay, Sean, let's roll the pop quiz right now.
Doc Lucky's Pop Quiz. One shot, one champion. First to answer both questions in the Facebook comments wins. Get ready.
All right. What do I call this style of souvenir yo-yos? If you're paying attention, you should know what that is. And there is a name on that yo-yo that I have erased, not too precisely, it doesn't look like, but anyway, there is a name there. You must get the name, the exact name that is on there. So you must answer both of those questions in the same comment section. And I would think by now we should already have those answers.
Not everybody at one time. We have a whopping one answer.
One answer so far.
Oh, there we go. Everyone's starting to come in now.
Okay,
Nick's in the running. Judas in the running. Tim's in the
The
running.
Nickinator's in there.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Wow. So we're throwing out a lot of names.
We're only getting one name so far.
One name. Interesting.
Right? You think, you know,
Not the correct name.
not the correct name.
Oh, okay. Are we getting the first question right there?
We are getting the first question
Oh,
right.
okay. So somebody was paying attention.
But
on the
we're
show.
not getting the name.
We're
You'd
not
think
getting
this would
the
be an
name.
easy one, you know.
You have to get it exact. You have to put the name on there exactly as it is on the yo-yo.
And like I say, every single show, do not answer the same thing someone else does. They didn't win it, you're not going to win it either. Especially
yes, that
you,
is
Nick.
a good strategy, I would say.
Of course. It always is.
All right. Well, now I stand corrected. I figured this would go really
you know,
quick.
I did too. Oh, Judith Schultz is tagging people in this now. She's just calling out names and
All right.
and
Well,
putting
interesting.
Facebook
I'm
tags.
gonna give you a hint.
Oh,
Have
wait. Let's give him an even better hint. Let's just say it's only a 4-character.
Okay, 4 characters in the name.
Yeah.
4 characters in the name, and
That-
I will give you another hint. Lucky Jadu. Lucky Jadu. See if that will make people think. If you know what the Lucky Jadu represents, then you'll figure out, I think, who that name that goes on there is.
So I'm just gonna say Rick Rentz. Unfortunately, Stewart is not 4 characters. Maybe where you live, but
well,
not here
maybe
in Florida.
some other country it is, but not here on
Oh, I
Yo-Yo Time.
see it, Lucky.
Oh, okay. We got a winner. We got a winner.
Oh, and they're
that
hold
is
on a second. They're very close. So I'm not, this.
What do you mean close? They either got it or they didn't.
No. The answers are the same. I'm saying time-wise.
Oh, we
they
got
came
two
in
that-
really close.
Okay, so we'll have to check this on the time.
I'm going to
code
go
at
with the
end of
one I
show.
saw first.
Okay, well, just tell them who the let's show the yo-yo. Go on and
Okay.
show the yo-yo. So we're
There's
not,
the yo-yo.
There it is, Jack Duncan. That's the brother of Don Duncan, and that is the Jadu. Jadu, the Lucky Jadu yo-yo was J-A for Jack and D-O for Don Duncan. And if you remembered that there was another Duncan, and matter of fact, Jack Duncan is one of the nominees, if you were watching earlier in the show, for the Yo-Yo Hall of Fame, because he was very involved in yo-yos for many decades as well. And then, of course, Rainbow was that series which we had talked about as well. So for you watching on YouTube, all you got to put in is Rainbow and Jack in the comment section, and you will be put in our randomizer, and who knows, you may win that other prize package there. So
No. I will say.
now, who are the 2 folks
Okay.
that? Okay,
So the person
we
I
need
saw,
to say.
Hold on a second. The person I saw coming first was Tim Simcoe.
Whoa!
Oh,
So Simcoe is the
but-
Simcoe. So that means there's probably no chance in the world that Simcoe won, since he is the Simcoe.
Now, Dano came in, like I said, I saw them pop up just about at the same time, and Dano's already said he needs a live duel, and Tim Simcoe says it's on. So, possibly.
Well,
We might need
if
to
they
do another
tied,
fight night.
if they tied,
How long has it been since we did a fight night?
yeah, we probably are due for another
And
fight.
speaking of fight night, you know who was in the last one?
who what?
Dano. Dano was in
Oh,
it. So
that
he
is
has
true.
a vengeance.
Oh, that's right.
Did he win the last one?
I should
He did.
remember that.
He did, because
Dano
Nick-
beat the Nickinator.
He did. So he
Oh
thinks
my
he has a
gosh,
higher
okay.
probability of fight night wins than he does with the time codes. So we'll hash that out behind the scenes, and you guys are going to have to find that one out next month.
All right. Well, I hope everybody has a very nice Christmas, and I hope that there are lots of yo-yos in your Christmas stockings, and I can't think of a better gift than a gift of yo-yos for Christmas. So also don't forget to get your nominations in. You have until December 31st to get those nominations out there if you haven't already put your nomination in. And we will see you all on January 3rd. We will announce who the automatic entries into the finalist pool are at that point, and then we will start the selection process with the executive committee of the other 7 finalists. And, you know, I'm hoping that I get yo-yos in my stockings, unlike the colon switches that I got last year. And just remember this, you can never have too many yo-yos. This is Doc Lucky signing off until January 3rd, 2022. That sounds so science fiction-y, that number. Ooh.